Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? Nice to see everybody. It's Friday. It's Friday. Aubin, how you doing today?
I'm doing. I'm alive. I'm alive. I was just looking to see if we got anything from the beach. I don't know if they're in the
Yeah, it's over there.
in the thing. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. No, no.
Yep.
No, I didn't put it in
Oh, but
the
I'm
room
saying I
number.
just saw that he
Yeah.
posted it.
Oh well, he did post it. Okay, so I gotta grab that. Uh,
So you're back
yeah,
home. Good to
I'm
see
alive.
you.
I'm home right now. Trying to heal a bit before I go back in again. But hey, it's Friday. I'm happy to be with my family out here.
Hey, you know what
Meaning
they
you
say?
guys. Meaning
Yes,
you guys.
yes, I feel you. And I remember a family member told me a long time ago, uh, getting old is not for wimps. Because um, here, babe, you need this? My sub. The no, uh, the steak and cheese with mushrooms and the peppers and onions too. All right, hey, sorry you guys, just ordering my dinner. So
Hi,
thanks for you
Blue.
guys tuning. Yep. Yeah, she's gone. She's already gone. She's in and gone. Hey, since she got me here, she blows you guys off now, don't she?
She she don't give a damn about me no more. She don't
She's
don't
like,
care. She
gone.
don't care. Black brother? Nope. She cares about him. You know?
Hey, even all the white brothers, she don't even talk to them. Ask Eddie and
Geez.
Roger and or
Yeah, yeah.
Beach. Beach. I just I not Eddie. So um thanks for you guys joining the show. This is Streaming Matters, where we try to tackle and talk about the subjects that may impact your streaming pleasures and your streaming enjoyment. I'll talk about things that may not be talked about on a lot of other platforms. So we try to dance around sometimes the subjects that the YouTube tends to flag me on. So we'll do our best to answer any of your questions and to try to approach and talk about the subjects that may be impacting your streaming or your tech stuff, because we do try to cover a lot of tech. If you're curious about any of the topics that we talk about, look down below. I have a whole list of all the links that will go to the subjects that we talk about. You can go there yourself after the show and look at the link and read it for yourself to get more details. So don't just take our word for it. Read it for yourself. Read the links and to try to stay informed, because this is a hobby, and it's a hobby you have to stay vigilant on. And if you don't always stay working at this hobby, you will be left behind and everything's broke. So we have to stay on top of it. I usually say hi to the folks that spend their time to watch us live. Take time out of their busy day to watch us live, which means a ton to both Alban and myself. Steve's hanging with us, and Eddie. Red, as always, Honeybee, Miss Honeybee hanging with us. Skull's hanging with us. Nice to see him. Paul's with us. Again, we posted about Beach. Of course, he's there. Um, Heavy Metal, what's up, my man? Hanging with us. He's all of our regulars. Jacksonville Joe, I don't remember that name. Hey, what's up, Jacksonville Joe? If you've not watched the show before, welcome, welcome. Viazel, what is it? How do you say this? Viazel, Viazel, V Vizel? Because I know her by another name, but I'm gonna say Vizel. Was it Viazel? How do you say that, Alvin? You, my man. With I work at the school system, but I can't read. I don't even hear you, bro. You up, up. You're muted.
Vizel, it looks
Myself.
like.
All right. All right.
Vizel. I'm
Yeah,
just
she'll
trying to
she'll be
wait to
putting
look
it.
what comes up on the screen.
Yeah, she'll put it on there exactly how to say it. Leon, what's that?
Vizel.
What's Hi Zell. I got you, babe. So we got
That's
her
Leon.
hanging with us. Leon's hanging with us. So it's good to see her. Enrique, thank you to see you. Jim hanging with us. Funster. And if Funster wants a link, he's welcome to jump on here. What's up? Oh, Michael. Thanks to see ya. Yeah. See, I was going to mention the other name. That's how I know you by your older name, your previous name, Miss Octavia. So I know her by Octavia. So Manny, what's up? Nice to see you from Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut. So nice to see some folks. So yeah, thanks everyone to jumping on here. And again, we'll talk about a lot of tech stuff. We'll talk about the things you're not going to hear about on many other platforms because the risk of getting strikes, because we know these topics tend to be a delicate topic on the big YouTube. So, but we're going to do it our best to do what we can. Ray, how you doing? Troy, nice of you to join us. Milton, nice to see everybody. So love it, love it, love it. Jose says he can't calibrate his Nexus video. So he's having issues with the K app. I tried to say the K app to keep myself out of trouble. So he can't calibrate his Nexus video. Oh, Alban, you're muted, Bo.
Why don't we just call it Cap?
Cap. We could.
Yeah. K app. Cap.
Cap. Okay, I got you. Cap. All right, so from now on, we'll call it Cap. So, all right. So
Cap, everyone.
When we're talking about Cap, he's talking about the Nexus. Can't calibrate the Nexus video. So I haven't ran into this issue myself. Now, a couple things when we're going to talk about things, and I guess I'm going to. Okay, hold on a second. Vizel, the A is silent. I got you.
Okay.
Gotcha. DJ's hanging with us. Blind's Eyes with us. Miss Patty. Oh, it's good to see Miss Patty. She's with us. So lots of our longtime viewers are watching us today. So Jose, what we're going to do is I have not ran into this issue with not being able to calibrate my Nexus video. Now, I'm not really sure about what you mean with calibrate the video. The only calibration that comes to mind is in the calibration settings when you adjust the size of the screen. Now, funny that you mentioned it. That just came to mind. If that is a thing that I remember, and thank you for bringing that up. That was a thing when I tried to calibrate my video to the size of the screen. And what we mean by that, if you go into the Cap application, you'll see Cap. You'll go in there. You go to System. I think it's System Video or System Video. You'll go in there where you can calibrate your screen so that the size of your screen fits your TV, because sometimes it's over bloated or sometimes it's too small, and you can actually adjust it. You adjust, well, for me, it would be for you here, it'd be over in this corner, and then you adjust down here, then you adjust the sub. For the sub menus, there's a line. And now that you mentioned it, I do remember that being an issue. I just thought it was maybe me, and I didn't really. It was actually the right size for my TV, but I did the adjustments and nothing moved. I actually have a video on calibrating your screen for to fit your TV, because it drives me crazy when I go to somebody's house and the device they're using, the size of the screen is not the correct size. And so you're correct. So I'm hoping that they fix that issue. My TV wasn't an issue because it was already the right size, but for people that it's overblown or underblown, that could be a definite problem. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Now, since we're gonna get, let's see here. Let me change the background so that since we're talking about this topic already, and I love that you brought up a topic. We always love questions. We love to get some questions here. So hold on, let me up. You all right over there? All right. Why ain't my? Hold on a second. I'm trying to pull my background. Share my screen. Share my screen. Okay. Hold on. Why is?
Are you just trying to change just the background right now?
There it goes. All right. So, never mind. It pulled up. There we go. There, that works. Since we're talking about this topic, I figured I'd pull the background up in it. So, that is a definite issue I found in mine. I'm not sure if anybody else has seen that. Blindside says maybe the TV adjustment might need to be needed for now. Maybe that's possible, but I do know that that was an issue. And again, for when we go to video calibration, for any of you, for most of us on this panel or on that are watching are, it says I'm frozen. Am I frozen?
No, you're not. Am I frozen?
No.
No.
Go to hey, go take a look at the live screen.
I am looking. I am looking at the live screen on my
All right,
TV.
maybe one of those guys got some slow internet, maybe, or YouTube was just having an issue.
Yeah.
So for you folks, what happens is if you go to video calibration, you can adjust it, and that was a bug, and I do think that there was an issue with that, and so I think he's right about that. That maybe, and this was on my Shield that I tried this on, and it was a problem. Another bug that we talked about last week was for subtitles, and I'll be honest, I've ran a couple, 3 different movies or TV shows since last week, at least 3 shows, with subtitles on without a problem. Now, maybe some add-ons have an issue with subtitles, maybe some don't. I have seen messages where people posting in some of the groups saying that subtitles are an issue, but they're not an issue so far from what I have seen on my tests. Another issue that I wanted to bring up was Fen updated this week, and they did a fix for what was it? Invoker? What was it called? Hold on a second. Let me look here. I think it's Reuselanguageinvoker. I apologize because I didn't. I had this open and I closed some. I closed some. Reuselanguageinvoker, which was a problem in 19. It seems to have been fixed. Fen, Umbrella have fixed the issue. So if some people were having crashes in 19 with this Reuselanguageinvoker, but seems to be running fine now. They fixed that bug, but there is still a bug in 20 that causes crashes. And we said a little bit about this last week. It's called the element tree. And so in 20, there is a script of some sort that is writing to a file on your device when you change widgets or different applications write to this file. If too many applications are writing to this file at the same time on 20, it crashes. So this leads to the same problem when if you have a lot of widgets or a lot of add-ons or a lot of stuff running, multiple things could be writing to this element tree. And if a lot of things are writing to the element tree at the same time, your cap application just says, I can't handle it, and it crashes. So this leads us to say less is more, and that's been the case with cap forever. Less is more. The less add-ons and the less crap that you load up on your device, the more stable things are. And I know a lot of people love the flashy builds with a lot of widgets and a lot of stuff going on, but the more you throw at this, you're going to increase your risk for an element tree crash where the script, too many things are writing to this one script and it can't write to it. Now this it seems to be an issue across the board with a lot of stuff, so they'll probably fix it in the 20.1. But for the time being, what I would suggest, keep your builds smaller, simpler, less widgets, less crap going on, and you'll probably find it to run more stable. Now, Mr. Alban, I know that you talked about that you were going to join us on level
Listen,
20.
yeah, I know, but you know what? I'm still not even recovered yet, and I know I'm still gonna have to go back into the hospital. So there's no way I'm going near that 20 right now. Okay, you know, it put me in the hospital. I'm sorry. I messed with my Plex and I spent so many days away from. I still can't even catch up on my Plex. Okay,
Stop
that's
it.
how.
Anybody that watches the show knows whenever he's talking about the Plex, we have to
Yeah,
drink. So
drink up, guys.
yeah, so that is a thing about the show. If you never watched the show, you need to have yourself a beverage. You need to have a beverage where you're relaxing. This is Friday. We need to have a good time.
Yep.
So yeah, you feel that because you jinxed yourself because your Plex got jealous that you were talking about Cap and you were thinking about coming
Yep.
back to the
Come back to
motherland,
yeah, but
come
it
back
said
to us.
no. It said don't do it. It said
Yeah,
don't do it. You got everything you need right here.
no, you don't. Not everything.
Yes, I do.
You can't do the
Everything I need.
searches that I can do.
Well,
I can
no.
search any add-on I get. I can find the exact quality that I want. I don't have to go and wait for it. It's like boom, it's right
But
there.
I downloaded the quality I want. Okay.
But
I can click. I can click. What I like that Cap doesn't do is, I choose a movie. I see who's acting in it. I click on the actor and I see everything else that I have that actor is in, and then I can
well,
click on it and put it right in my watch list,
all
and it's
right,
there for me to watch it.
Mr.
Simple.
Alvin, you need go and try. Fen actually has that feature. If you turn on the extra options, when
Uh-huh.
you enter, you click on like a movie, the actors pop up, and then you'll see it has the
Yeah, it has
TMDB
the
pictures, and you
TMDB
can
one.
click it, and so hey, you
It'll
can.
show you. No, but you see, it'll show you what you. Then it's just showing you what's there. It's not letting you click on that movie and then open up that
You
movie.
probably could. Now I haven't done it. I bet you
I
money.
know
I
in
bet you.
19 and all that you could never do anything like that.
Well,
If
I'm
you
gonna.
think back years ago, that's what I was always asking for. You remember I was like, oh yeah, I need to be able to click to see whatever I have right next.
Yep. I don't know. I'm gonna do some tests because I'm bringing you back. I'm bringing you to the Cap.
I
I
don't
am
know, man.
bringing
I don't
you
know.
back.
I've been on my deathbed
Nexus.
already, you know.
Welcome, welcome back. Remember that. Welcome back, Carter. But
Yeah, welcome back, Carter.
I will, as a disclaimer, if you're on 19, stay to 19
Yeah.
until we get to 20.1. 20 is not ready for everybody. There is
No.
some issues. There is some bugs. There is problems. It's just like when we were talking about calibration. There is bugs in it. So if you're able to stay on 19 and you have no issue, stick with 19 until we get to 19.1 or even 20.1 or 20.2, then that's more stable. But I'm running. I have a fork of 20, and it's been running. It's been running flawless. I think I've had one crash, and that was when I first installed my build, and it was doing all those updates. A lot of stuff was
Eh,
updating, and it crashed. But that was
And
it.
what were you putting it on? On your computer or on
I'm a
your
shield.
shield?
I'm a
On your
shield.
shield. Okay. Okay.
I'm a shield. And that was the only crash I've had with me running it. It shuts down quicker. So I mean, I wouldn't suggest everybody to go to it. But I do believe it's on the right track. My voice when I hit the button and I can do the voice enter in the text, it
Mm-hmm.
does work. I can blah
Okay.
blah blah, and it enters it in there. Oh, we got a new guest that's going to jump in here. So
Yeah.
looky who's on here. We got Funster.
Hey, hey.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome,
Hey.
Good evening.
Funster. Sorry, I had to do a drink just a so Funster, so if you had a choice. So I know you're a Cap guy, you're not a Plex guy, right?
No,
Are you the K
no.
you which one are you?
Yeah, I never watch anything twice, so there's absolutely no need.
There's no need to
Oh
store it.
wow.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It again with getting a fork,
Uh,
there's plenty of forks
yeah.
out there. Get a fork of 20, try it out. And see how it does and I know there's lots of people that want to try it. I tried it and I have very few issues. The only issue I've had was on the one. I do even have a version that migrated from 19 to 20, which I highly encourage you not to do. Do not run 20 from a 19 and then you've just migrated on 20 on top of it.
My wife is doing that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But she only uses 4 add-ons.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Keeping
it small. But you increase your risks of weird things happening, and you're going to say, "Oh, I'm having crashes on blah blah blah," and nobody else is, because a lot of times we've seen these, especially people running some of these humongous builds with all kinds of things going on, widgets. To me, it's there's risk to it. There's a lot of risk, and to me, when I go to watch TV or a movie, I want to be able to sit down and click and watch it, not wait for it to crash and back up and do it again.
Now, let me just say something real quick, because just how, like Funds just said, well, he only watches something once. To me, having this stuff is all about sharing it, just like with the Cap app. But I like sharing stuff, especially with my friends that watch the same type of stuff. I know what they want to watch, and being able to use Plex and be able to send a message to a friend and say,
that is true.
Oh, this is right up your alley, because there are a lot of people that have a hard time even using the Cap app or using anything of what in the world do I watch, because they have no idea what's any good.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone goes to them and says, yeah, you're gonna like this because I know what you like to watch, and I can sit there and send you the link to it and say, okay, just watch it. You can't beat that in my book.
And that is right about the Plex does offer that, where you can send a link, or we talked about this 6 months ago when Plex added it where you could rate a movie and then I could give it a thumbs up, and then I could my friends got a list of the things I watched that I might like or that I did like, and like you said, you could send me a message saying, hey Dabs, this show is right down your alley. You should watch it. You can send me a direct message through the. I think it goes to email, but it
goes to the email for your Plex.
But it says Plex.
That's
neat.
Might do
that is neat.
Right, but it also in Plex, when you look, you can look and you can see those messages that I send you also, which is neat, because you just go in there and you can look at all the messages that go back and forth between you and the other person.
Yeah, I will give Plex, that is a very good feature that Plex has. Now, Plex's audio compared to the Cap is.
I know. That's coming.
Oh,
that's coming. Listen, that's coming.
Because there's nothing worse than when I go to watch a movie on Plex and I can't hear the damn voices. I don't know about you. I struggle to hear voices.
I do also.
What about you?
We're both of a particular age.
Funster, what about you? Now, do you have when you're watching? Well, you don't watch Plex. I mean, because with the K app, you can turn up that is it the down channel or mid level? You can turn that volume up to actually hear the voices.
I have a one-click button on my sound system for it.
Oh yeah, well, if you got money like some folks have, you can have yourself a one-button click.
It's like now at the evening when I watch something now, I would push the voice, that the voices come out better, and also night mode. The night mode, so it levels the sound.
volume.
If there's an explosion, it doesn't go too hard at night.
Right, so it kind of takes out some of that bass.
Yeah.
That's neat. Well, that's a nice sound system there. So we'll have to talk about what you got.
There are a lot of things that have a lot of things have that nice mode.
Oh, just the Sonos. Oh, yeah. Well, Sonos are nice. Those are nice sound bars and speakers and stuff. So yeah, those are. We've Alban, you have to mute yourself, bro. I'm starting to hear my echo again. I'm not knowing where everybody else was. But yeah, that is for me. I always turn up, and I set it as default. And I did a video on it about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, where I could turn up that downstream, I think, or down channel. I think it's the third one down. I turn it up to 10, and then I set for all. I think I set it for all media. And then it's fine. Only issue I had was when I watched, what was that Will Ferrell and that Christmas one they did. What was it? It wasn't Jingle. What was that Christmas? Huh? Spirited. That's what my baby's saying. Spirited. It was weird. We had that turned up, and we couldn't hear the music compared to. The music sounded too low compared to the voices, and so we had to adjust it for that. But other than that, to me, I'll watch it. Plus, I love how Tracked works with it better, and I know that I do have Track set up on my Plex. It does work pretty good, but and I saw where Michael was talking about he's still on 18.8 or 18.9. Yes, you can still be on some of the old systems, as well as you said, there's no support by devs because, as DJ says, no dev wants to work on multiple platforms because 18 was so much different than 19. Nobody wants to have. Ain't no time for that, Ain't no time for that. So, because you're having to double work. So, most developers have moved to 19 and on 19. And they're in 19 and 20 are very close. 18 and 19 was a bigger jump, a very big jump. 19, 20, it's like a little speed bump. I do know that there has still been issues with people. I see it every day about the crew in sports. There is an issue, and it's more based on the sites that they're struggling with. There is some issue with some of their sites. So if you're going to use that, they understand that there's a problem and it will get better. They are working on that. Again, you're not paying for it. They're doing the best they can to fix these sites that are not working. So cut them some slack. And there's other options for you if you're wanting live TV. Cap is probably not the first choice that I would give you because you're having to depend on somebody else making sure they're getting everything done right. You got to hope that they find a free link, and you have to hope that not too many people are watching that particular link. So if you're watching live sports on anything on the Cap add-on, if you're getting great streams, count yourself lucky, count it a blessing, because it's not created for it's just too many people, and there's too many elements that can cause it to go down. And that makes me think of when I'm thinking about live channels. I didn't put it in the notes. USTVGo, wasn't it? USTVGo is no longer up. It's gone.
Right.
And that was a website that a lot of people used and add-ons use for cable channels, your your US networks. So a lot of add-ons do not have live TV, US live TV channels because of USTVGo is gone. And it doesn't look like they're coming back. And I will say that some people posted links in my room, and it was like, what was it? USTVGo.live or something like that, which was nothing but a spoof site. It wasn't a real site. It was a site, but it was trying to make you install some crap you didn't need to install. So if you're watching free live channels and you're finding those channels, don't complain to the particular add-on. Their source is gone and most likely not coming back. Let's see. Oh, wait. Let's see. Didn't I see Donald said 2 backups? There are 2 backups. All right. So I'll have to look to see what those backups are. But Donald is also a guy that he can find a lot of links to a lot of stuff. I've known Donald for a while. He is always sniffing and looking for different links for stuff.
You also it's not just you need to find the links. You need to make the scraping work.
Well, yeah, for an add-on. Yep.
So when you use your browser, that's okay, but to implement it, they're getting better at making it difficult.
Yeah, and what Funster's saying, so if any people don't understand the scraping, when we do an add-on where an add-on is made and then they write in a script that scrapes the website, basically it scans the website and it knows key elements that it's looking for. At this point is a link to a channel. This spot here, there's something else. And so people write scripts that know where to look on the web page for the things that you want in the CAP add-on or the CAP application where you can see it, right? The USA Network or whatever things you're looking, and you can click it. So what's happened is, as you mentioned, that a lot of website developers or that own the website, they don't want the CAP application pulling from them. They don't want them pulling from them. So they create a lot of roadblocks or things to break an add-on from working. So it's going to happen. But if you're a person that you has to have live TV, we've talked about it numerous times. There's other options, but you're going to have to come out of your wallet a little bit, and that's up to you. There's hundreds of choices, but free is only. I tell people free links for live events are decent at best. So yeah, it's 619 AliExpress. Usually now again, AliExpress, there's things for that, but you're going to tech support's going to be very low, but usually sometimes you can get those for $50 for a year. And if you're willing to take the shot, take a risk, you might be able to get a good service that runs for you for a while. So, yeah, so I'm not sure. Funster, any other thoughts on the CAP application that we want to cover before I know there was a new build out.
Yeah, there's the thing is, what like people making those 20 builds. I just the last 3 days I rezipped all my zips of my builds, and every single build works on 20.
So if it works on 19, if it worked on 19,
yeah,
9 times out of 10 it's going to work on 20.
Yeah.
So
just
there's
maybe some minor things. No, even like TMDB, when you install the build on 19 or on 20, it will install the proper version for it.
Oh, okay.
TMDB Hopper. It will update. It won't update on 19, but it updates to the Nexus version on the same build. So you don't have to do anything at this point.
Okay. Yeah. So 1920 for one that work on one. So for a hint, if you're a person that likes to install builds, you don't have to necessarily go and find one that says this is a 20 build. If it's a 19 build, it's going to work on 20. So people that race out there to post it, hey, I got this brand new 20. You know, it's if it's 19, it's going to work.
If you had some like smaller, like maybe Portuguese or Spanish add-ons, there can still be issues. That's just because the add-ons you chose to use on 19.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because those are smaller, more niche.
But they also, the people that do it, they basically take from the weights from they fork. Those are also forks, but if they don't follow up, or they translate a lot, and then when they need to update it, it's getting it's harder to do.
Well, and creating an add-on is way less work than maintaining an add-on. Maintaining it is a lot of work. It's a pain in the butt. DJ posted the color picker helper. Yes, DJ and I were talking about this last week. There was he has an update for that. I think it's on his repository, but it won't install because it's not in the cap repository. I think he had it in there where there was some fixes to some of the color picker helper, which is a script that some skins use. That is, again, for us more hobbyists that are nerds about this.
But all the skins are gonna, because 20 implements a new way to do color, basically. And the Umbrella dev had that problem. He used it already, and none of the skins supported it. So he had to go back to a previous version.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So I was looking through here. Somebody does. Okay. So, but I will. One of the. I'm not sure if you guys use that TV1. Was it TV111 and TV11 and TV? Some of those actually work pretty good. It's basically Sports Devil for us guys that's been doing this a long time. It's like Sports Devil is what it reminds me of. You know, all these links, and you got to click, 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 try to find one that works for you. So
I got a question about
that.
Bud. How is it with trying to connect to your IPTV services? Because I know there was something I used to use a ways back that let me put my stuff in, and I would use that, but I don't know how it is now.
I don't add my IPTV is separate. I do know that some people plug in with so they can use the PVR client that's built into Cap. I've never found it to run great. So to me, what am I wasting my time for? If I'm gonna use IPTV, that's its own application, so that there's not a bunch of crap running on it.
But not even to to record a show, because that's what I used to use it for.
I mean, I haven't. I don't know.
What
about you? Well, Funster says he doesn't watch things more than once.
Yeah,
I can't remember ever recording even on that stuff because it's just glitchy, and it's
I know,
why?
but I did it like in 16 and 17. That's when I was messing with that with recording stuff.
I was looking through to see if there's some. I see that somebody gave out some shouts for Turks. Another. This is a standalone APK. It's a standalone as well as an add-on. Any options?
Check the stars. Also.
Opinion. All right. So this comes. All right. Go ahead, Funster. Yeah.
I know what the different TV1s are. If you want to know.
Yeah.
The TV1 is TV Tap. The TV111 is Swift Streams or Swift TV.
Yeah.
TV11111 is RB TV, and TV1112 is LN TV.
So it's just different sites they're pulling from.
Yeah, I can post the screenshot in Streaming Matters group. No.
Yeah, post that in there because that's because I noticed that some repositories have multiples, but when you go into it, a lot of them are a lot of the same links. If you go into, like, say, if you're looking for a certain particular channel, a lot of times you'll see the same layout and stuff, but they're probably, like I said, it reminds me so much of Sports Devil with pulling some of that stuff. I see that Roger posted this question. Any opinion on the crew virus alert? And we talked about this, 4 weeks ago? This comes from them obfuscating the code, which means that they hold on. All right, there you go. They obfuscate the code, which a lot of add-ons do that. They kind of hide their URLs and where they're pulling XMLs from. They try to hide so that someone just can't come in and grab all their XMLs. So Windows virus, Windows Defender sees this as a potential malware. It is a potential malware because they don't like that it's hiding code because you're hiding behind a base 64. So we talked about this a few weeks back that you can basically whitelist the cap application, as well as if you're running it on your basic Windows, like a C drive, you're going to have to go to the user data, user / percent sign, all that stuff, to find that hidden folder too, because you have to whitelist both folders. So it's a false alarm. It's a false positive because of the base 64. And you'll see that even with a couple of other add-ons. I know that I had seen that where they base 64 and it popped up on my Windows Defender. So that's where that comes from.
I was going to say, if he wanted to see how it was done, we showed it last week.
Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, it was last week.
Okay.
It was last week, I believe.
Okay.
So you could just, check out that episode.
Okay. So we got that. Let's see, Linda, but I need an update. I know. I'm having surgery. I've been off for a year, not being able to bend over. Oh, opportunity for an update. Oh wait, update for her cap.
Yes, it sounds like for her cap.
Okay. So
I don't think she hasn't used it in a while now. I guess she hasn't updated it.
So if you're not used it in a while, if you get into any of the 19s past 19.3 was pretty stable. So 19.3, 19.4, 19.5, all the same. If you're on any of those and running it, stick with that. Stay with it. If you want to side load a fork, most of you guys are in my Streaming Matters Telegram group, and you're more than welcome to. There has been some forks that have been posted in there. You can check it out. Good old Warlock. It's dead. It's the end of the world as we know it.
It is. It is.
So, but I was looking. I think that's about. Am I caught up with?
Yeah, we're caught up with that. You want to start some of the main stuff?
Yeah, I'll go there. So one of the other things, make sure that you install from original repository if there would be a virus. On that, that's always a good bit of advice is to install from a repository that something comes from, so that you get the correct updates. But most of the time, it is a false positive that is where Windows Defenders just sees something that looks suspicious and they flag it. So not a big deal. All right. So let's move on to we'll move on to some other subjects. So we beat that with that dead. So one of the other things here, Google Play Store has been forced to house other app stores, and this is happened in India, and we're going to see where this rolls out into to the other countries. We'll see how this plays out, but Google Store is being forced to allow other stores where you get your content from to be allowed, whereas before Google Play says, well, if you're not in the Google Play Store, then you can't install. So now they're being forced to allow other stores to house add-ons, because Google was really picky about, well, if you didn't check these boxes, you can't be in our store. And other application stores didn't have all their rules. So now Google has to be okay about that. So we're going to see where this will lead. I know that there are numerous other stores out there, and I think of a few right off the top of my head that tend to house some mischievous more things that people.
Crap.
Huh?
Crap.
Well, yeah, but I'm just thinking more of modded versions of things that some people would want, unlocked versions of applications. So we'll see how this plays out. But I do think it's kind of interesting that Google had to kind of take a step back, because Google has gotten more restrictive. You know what I mean? About things like, hey, this is a suspicious application. Hey, watch this.
It's Europe that's doing all this.
Oh, is it?
Most of the legislations are in Europe. like Apple also.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to use USB-C.
Yeah.
Also
Instead
have
of coming
to.
out with a different cord
Yeah.
every phone.
They're
Yeah.
also gonna need to allow side loading in the
Yeah,
future.
I read about that one. Yeah, and they're saying that also a lot of this stuff is coming from India also, because India they're really cracking down, and that's why a lot of this stuff got started too.
Well, we have seen quite a few. It is interesting. India and UK both are um, a lot of groundbreaking. Thank you. A lot of groundbreaking things happen. More restrictive items, and now we're seeing this where it's saying, "Hey, you can't be so making it to where that you become the only place." It's free market. You got to give it some free market. So
Yeah, because I don't remember where I saw this, but this week I saw like when you buy the Apple TV,
Mhm.
for it to make it work, you need an iPhone. You need to log in on your iPhone, otherwise you can't use the box.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, that's too much. That's just that they went too far there.
Well, that's why I don't have an Apple. I am an
Me
Android
neither.
guy.
You know how I feel about Apple
Oh yeah,
products.
I know. Well, and both of you and I are like, if it
Yep.
wasn't jailbroken, I didn't have it. If it was an Apple device, and
Yep.
jailbroken, when we use the word jailbroken, we should only be really talking about Apple devices, anyways. So I hate to hurt all the people making videos about jailbreaking your Fire Stick, but yeah, it's jailbreaking was kind of it was when you uh, modified the operating system or the way that you would work an Apple device, and that was where it came from. But somehow that bled over into Fire Sticks, and you don't jailbreak a Fire Stick; you sideload. Same thing as you do on a Shield or your phone. You can sideload, which means you just don't go through a store to get your stuff. So, so, um, so yeah, I will be interested to see how this plays out moving forward. I think it's good for us that tend to want to have a little bit more control. Um, but yeah, there we go. I thought this was interesting, and I think that to me, PayPal is getting more and more flack for a lot of stuff. GitHub is going to stop allowing people to use it as a form of payment inside GitHub because you can actually donate money to developers or give money through PayPal. Well, using PayPal into GitHub to help support certain projects, and GitHub saying they're done with it. So it's I'm seeing a lot of pullback on people using PayPal and websites and stuff
Yep.
using PayPal. So it was interesting. I mean, didn't have a
Well,
lot of
that
why.
is also because they got hacked too. You know that
Well,
that really is burning them.
yeah, I think with what you talking about PayPal getting hacked?
Yeah.
Well, but that wasn't a
Yeah.
large breach that we
That's
know
what
of.
they didn't. We don't know of it,
That we
but
know of.
it is. You know, just like how I always say. They're not just gonna go in and just take. Oh, I'll only take 1 meg of information. No, they're gonna with the speed you can download stuff today. They're grabbing the whole file.
Yeah, you're right. It's yeah,
Everything gets hacked. They just don't
yeah,
tell you everything.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. And hey, and speaking of hacked, I think this plays right into and my thing. I said this isn't the last time that your passwords are going to be stolen in this. Um, so we got lots of Lastpass dropping information where Lastpass said that a small breach happened. Nobody got any information. Then it said, well, it was a little bit larger than. Oh, maybe they did get some information. Maybe they got so over the last it seems like a year. LastPass has slowly
Yeah.
leaked out that well, maybe more information was
And
out.
and I never knew they were part of GoTo.
I didn't either.
I didn't know go to own them. So
Mm-mm.
really, that's just like GoTo was hacked way back. Where that's why we didn't even see them around anymore. So here they go, and they come back as Lastpass and really screwed everyone.
Yeah. So having these cloud things, you just got to be careful. Be careful of where you're storing all these passwords, and yeah. Protect your neck. I mean, we got to be careful about where you're keeping all this stuff. So I know that we've all planning that. Yep.
If you check the private chat, I just posted something. In StreamYard.
Yep. Is that the one with the wait? Oh wait, on you're talking about in this side private chat?
Yeah, on StreamYard.
Yeah. Okay, yep.
One
I
on
got
the
it.
bottom.
Yep. Yeah. Was it the this one here? Oh, okay. So I didn't read the article, and again, Torrent Freak is one of the sites that if you're they stay on top of law or court cases and arrests and stuff. So yeah, I'm not surprised with this, because it was this USTVGo was very well known everywhere. So Ace is saying that they're taking credit for shutting down USTVGo. So not surprised. And this was it was good. It was a good streams, good quality, and it was free to anybody with a browser. You could pull it right up. So, yep. So Ace, basically the Motion Picture Association / TV broadcasters, that is part of Ace. That's who shut this down. The alliance here, it says Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment, which is Ace. This is made up of your Netflix and your Amazon, your ABC, NBC, Disney, all your cable companies, your Virgin, your BT, all the big companies are part of this conglomeration. They all pay in to help these investigators and these lawyers to try to shut down stuff. I didn't realize that it was in Vietnam. So it was operating out of Vietnam. So, well, it's gone. If you're in this hobby, you've got to adapt
on the fly.
You got to. And if you're not a person that's well equipped to adapt, just pay your cable company and move on, or pay Sling TV or one of those other big services, and just pay, because this is a hobby. You got to be flexible and not get too worked up when things go away. And I know Funster and Albin and myself, we've been in this for a long time, and you just roll with it and move on. Let's see. HBO removes hundreds of Looney Tune cartoons. So really not sure why. But
well, you remember, like I said, just think back now. You remember I said the whole Disney thing, they're gonna put stuff in their vault. That's what they do. They're gonna take it. They're gonna take it away from everyone. They don't care whether or not you bought it from them. They say, "Oh, nope, it's not on our servers no more. You can't have it, although you paid for it." You know what I'm saying? And they'll take it away, and that's Disney for you. That they'll take it, and they'll say, "Well, we're gonna hold on to this for 80 years." You remember like how many times, like you remember like with those, when Disney would have their movies that would come out, whether they were on VHS tape, they would put them, lock up the vault. You can't get the movie for years, and then all of a sudden vaults are back open. Here, you could buy that movie now. For,
they did that like with Cinderella.
Right? Yeah, with all of them, with all of their movies, they would do that.
Yeah,
and I think it's like the worst that that they do that. Because they're holding you hostage to your own stuff that you sit and buy from them. That's just not right.
Kind of, if there was only another application I could watch to be able to see those movies.
well, that's why I have Plex, and I don't have to worry about it.
If there was only Cap does it. Actually,
Cat
I was
doesn't.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
actually
Cat.
just yesterday. I was
Uh-huh.
going through an application on Cap. Uh, Starts with an M, and it has all those old Looney Tune ones. Just saying.
Yeah.
But I was even watching Gilligan's Island was on there. I was watching all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
Well,
So
I got all that.
I know you
You know.
do, but
Yeah.
all right. So we talk about a lot of tech stuff, guys and gals. We got internet. So we've had Tesla, Musk doing the SpaceX offering their internet. Amazon, they're on the roll towards this. So they will start starting in 2023. They will start launching satellites to create a new option for people that want satellite internet. And this is going to be an internet service that will not be tied to a cable. You won't be tied, but you're going to use it just like you would a cell phone, but it will be the signal that comes from space. Amazon's going to give us that option. And I can't complain about it because it's going to give that SpaceX a little bit a competition because we already seen SpaceX raise the price. Then they added data caps. And if they don't have any competition, that will continue.
Well, yeah, true. Because they were the only person that had it, and so everyone flooded them. You know.
Right. I mean, because
But the other side of it is, don't you think that Amazon is gonna uh use the same satellites that SpaceX put up?
no, they got their own
They
satellites.
got their own.
Their
You
own
know,
satellites. Yeah.
now, Blue should be in on this conversation
So
because
they're planning to launch 3,000 satellites in
now,
low Earth orbit.
now, Blue should be in on this
Yeah.
conversation because we all know how she feels about all the space junk that's up there. You know, we can't get anything out, and here goes Amazon throwing up another 3,000 satellites up there.
3,000 satellites.
How in the world we can't even get anything out? They're gonna be guys sending up satellites to infect all the other satellites soon.
Yeah, it does seem kind of weird because we think about you pulled up. Remember, it was the side of the week that showed
Yeah,
all the space junk.
yeah,
And when things are floating and it don't take but something to be out of way and smack it,
right,
and then that
right.
creates a chain reaction.
That's why they have such a hard time getting any ships out, any spacecraft out.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So,
That's
well,
that's why they need rocket scientists.
I'm gonna be dead before all that happens. So this is come. SpaceX has got to run for the money. Amazon is going to be doing some. Going to put it out there. I thought I would jump in since we're talking about Amazon, and I do think that this is a really good thing. Now, it doesn't really help me, but Amazon is going to be offering unlimited prescription medications for people with Prime, $5 a month prescriptions. And this is going to be for it says most of your generic medications. So I think this is going to be a really good thing. People are going to have a Prime account, which that's Amazon getting another $128 a year. And you'll sign up for the RX Pass, and then you kind of go through some jumps for that. But for people that are on a tight budget or don't have insurance, this is a really good thing for people. To me, too many people are handcuffed especially some of these folks. If you know any older folks, older than us, Alban, or that are on countless medications,
Yep.
they got countless medications and they don't have insurance or have very bad insurance, then they're going broke buying prescriptions. I think this is a really, really good program. We'll see how this goes. If you're a person
Yeah.
that wants to look in this, have Amazon Prime, sign up for the RX Pass here, and go through the things. But it's a great. I think it's another option. Maybe you don't use it because the price or whatever, but at least it gives you the option to being able to get medication if you're a person that's in that segment that needs um, a lower priced medication. But
This is just Elon's way of being able to get people to buy his own pills soon.
No, this
know?
is Bezos or what?
Bezos. Yeah, that's what Bezos. I'm sorry.
Ain't it
Yeah,
Bezos?
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Because hey, since the ex-wife took so much from him, he's getting into the drug deal now. So
Well,
we'll be able to
but
get anything they want.
but it also plays
and
into
get it
showing
delivered.
you. It does show you if they're able to be selling these medications for $5 a prescription. It does
Well,
get
like
you an
Walmart
insight of
does that.
who's when you go to your local pharmacy and they say, oh, that's going to be $59.99.
Yeah, but there's always they have all those other little prescription card things. A lot of
Yep.
people don't use them, but if you use it, they do take all that off. You get it 85% off, but a lot of people don't use it because they think there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah,
But Walmart does the same thing. They have the
Yep.
$5 scripts.
Yep. Yeah. And
For
the benefit of
$5,
this
get
would
$3.
be this would be delivered right
Free
to your
delivery.
house, so it's a benefit, so
Yeah.
I
So
don't
so
know.
the guys on the truck will be shaking boxes now.
Oh yeah. Are these the oxys? I guess you wouldn't get Oxycontin or
You
something.
wouldn't get
from
Oxy there, no.
them. Yeah. Look, who you calling old? No meds here. Oh, so I can get my medical marijuana for $5 a month. I don't think that's in there. I don't think that's in there. But
Give it
yeah.
time. Give it time.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. So Funster, so
Well, does your
you
stuff get delivered to you in
what?
Canada?
My
Any of
marijuana?
your marijuana? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll
Do they
deliver right to the door.
They do deliver. Yeah,
Right to the
okay.
door. I can order online and
Okay.
boom, have it
Right,
right here.
okay.
But I mean, they got 15 stores in town. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
I can order it and it'll come right through the mail. And
Okay, good.
so Funster. So I like to always look at, because a lot of times we're very blind to what's happening in our country only. Now you're from Europe, so your thoughts on stuff like this. I mean, do you guys struggle with this?
It's in my country it's illegal, but when I drive 20 minutes it's legal.
Well, what about your medications? So, like, say you're prescribed a medication. Now we're not talking about the
No,
marijuana. We're
there
talking
is there is a bill like I think doctors get reviewed on how many times they write the brand or the generic. They have to be a certain percentage has to be generic.
I'm just wondering, because I know that, again, here I am. I'm in Canada now, and I know that prescriptions aren't part of the national healthcare situations, but with your insurance, but I know that each country, like in the U.S., if you don't have insurance, well, you're in a different boat of how much you might have to pay. But and I know that each country does it a little bit differently, and most times people think, "Oh, my way is the only way." Well, no, a lot of other countries do it differently.
Yeah, but there are certain medications when I get them prescribed, I have to pay like say 17 or 18 euros.
Okay.
When my wife gets that subscribed, she only has to pay 2 or 3.
Oh,
she has
two
another
different insurances. Different insurance.
No, she's it's the same insurance. We have a national healthcare, but there are different degradation. There's also a maximum limit that you can have to pay a year.
Right. They cap how much you can.
Yeah. So she needs that medication regularly, so it's cheaper for her.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's
of the things because of her the things she has, the
right.
illness.
But so like if I need a Viagra, I got to pay a little bit more. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And
that's an optional.
No, when we go to the doctor, they put it in our prescription is in a centralized computer, and where we go get it, we have to our identity card I don't know.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
identity card?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to
Your
give it,
ID. Yep.
and yeah, the ID, and they put it in a machine, and they can see if you're allowed to have it
Oh.
everywhere in Belgium.
Oh, nice. It's interesting, and again, I
Okay.
lived in the U.S. my whole life until this last year and a half, and how
It's
the health system in the U.S. is completely different from the rest of the world. Even though people say, "Oh, this country's wrong," do you understand? The U.S. is like the anomaly of how
yeah.
the health system
Like
is done.
like a few weeks ago, she had a surgery on her shoulder.
Yep.
In the end, it only cost us like 250 euros,
Yeah.
and it was a few thousands. But that's our healthcare.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when Blue, Alban, you remember Blue was in the hospital for 5 days last year with a heart
Right.
issue.
Right.
She had an irregular heartbeat, fluttering of her heart. Got admitted to the hospital. They ran test because they weren't sure if she was having a stroke or all the not sure what was going on. End up being an irregular heartbeat, and in the end, zero. There was no bill. Not a single bill came to the house. Now, but you see the cost is doled out to everybody a little bit at a time. You're going to pay a base higher tax. Of course our gas is more than it is in the U.S. Probably twice as much for gasoline here than it is there in the U.S. I remember in across the board it was half. So pros and cons to each.
Yeah,
I thought
we
that.
pay about the price a liter than in America for a gallon.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Because all right. So you're in Belgium. So what is your gas per liter right now? Because I know what ours is. A
I
liter.
think 1.7
So 1.7 euros. So
euros.
we're paying a $1.50 or $1.60 Canada. Now Canadian is almost half of what Belgian, because he's on a euro. So we're almost half of what a euro. So we would pay. So it'd almost be. So ours actually would be cheaper than yours, because your euro is worth more, and we're close to the same price per liter. But if you went to the
yeah.
U.S., and it would be cheaper,
Yeah,
half
it's like
price.
three. I just paid $3.35 a
And
gallon.
that three. All right, so 3.7 liters equals a gallon. So you're paying. So you'd be paying 99.95 cents a liter is what you're paying
Right.
for yours. U.S., which would even be lower when you think of euro, because no, euro's almost the same. I'm sorry, as U.S. and euros. Euro and U.S. is the same. I was thinking of the pound. The pound is actually value higher. So yeah, it's close to that. I know that. Yeah. So you guys are paying more, which Europe always pays more. So it's interesting. That's a cool thing about this hobby, that we meet people from all over the world, and when people hear different stories and hear about the life in somebody else's country, you stop thinking that only your idea is right, because
It's like, you remember when on the Player Pass show, and we were discussing the taxes that the UK had to do to watch the channels.
paying a TV tax. Yeah.
TV
Yeah,
tax.
TV tax. You had to have, if you had TV, you had to pay a tax.
Yeah, we had that too until the 80s or 90s, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We also had to, and until in the 80s, we had to pay taxes to keep a dog. So,
keep a dog.
yeah,
You already got to pay the dog. I mean, because dogs cost you money constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, as cats, especially if you take them to the vet, damn, things are expensive. So, but it's my point on this part here. Again, Amazon's offering $5. I think this is great, but also get to know people from other countries. It's awesome. You may even find a spouse in another country. So, all right, moving on to another.
One other thing though.
Yeah.
I thought though that with the like when Blue went in to the hospital, I thought you were able to, like how here in the States we have the like the deposits on cans.
Yep.
I thought that you guys get deposits on the milk bags. Do they still do that?
No. The bags of milk. Canada is interesting with the bags of milk. That is.
I'll never get that concept through my head. I never will.
If you could hold, you could hold two of them like this. They'd be like two big jugs of milk, and they are. They're like.
Do they make little ones?
No, they're just big jugs. They're big, and they're not even jugs. They're big bags. And I think they got it probably from milk breastfeed. One day someone says, "Why don't we just put them in bags, just like breastfeed?"
It reminds me of Letterkenny.
So, yeah, Canada has bags of milk, and that's instead of getting a gallon of milk, you get like it actually comes in 2 bags, so it'd be like 2 half a gallons that comes in a bag of milk, big bags. So yeah, it is. I love it. Love it. It is interesting to see different things in different countries done differently. Let's see. So Alban pulled this up, and I think Alban actually popped a Woody on this when he saw this. SanDisk and external drives and micro SD cards are up to 65% off. Finally, it's only taken 2.5 years, but we're finally starting to see it drop.
Finally.
Yeah. So if you're a person that's been waiting on some of this stuff, and I have not really been looking at SD cards because I haven't really needed any. I guess they're talking about with the Switch, which they,
Right,
of course, Nintendo has some special micro SD card. It looks like a micro SD. I wonder if you can use a regular micro SD.
I don't know. I
So,
thought
for the
that
Switch.
they said something unless you're getting a really high speed one.
Mhm.
You could try in there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, half off. So in let's see, 65% off on some external portable SSD drives. So yeah, so if you've been a person that has been holding off on buying some external drives or micro SD cards or SSD drives, you may want to take a look. Take a look at some of those prices. You may have found a good thing, and that the prices have dropped a little bit. I know, like I said, I haven't bought a micro SD card in a little bit because I bought some a bunch before I moved. I bought them in like 1920 or 19, in 2020. I bought a bunch right before everything went to shit. I had bought numerous ones. Remember when I was messing with my Raspberry Pi?
Right.
And I bought a bunch because they were on sale, and prices went out the roof. I probably should have sold some, but so if you're in the market, you may want to check and take a look at some of the prices. You may be pleasantly surprised at some of the prices. Okay. I'm glad Blue's not watching this right now. So Samsung, I guess this was at the CES, dropped information about Samsung has an 8K projector that can produce a 150-inch camera or picture. Picture. Now, on this picture, you can probably see it, and these are called ultra short throw projectors. Now, most people think of a projector as something that you have to mount up on the ceiling, 8 to 10 feet to 12 feet away from your wall, and you project it onto the wall, and that's how you get a picture. Ultra short throw, which AST, if you look for an acronym for it, it'd be so the ultra short throw actually can throw the image, I think it's 8 to 12 inches from the wall. So as you see here, you could have this on your normal TV console, set this device on there, and it would project a 150-inch picture onto the wall. Now, they already have the 4K and the 1080 for sure at this ultra short throw, but now they released that they have an 8K projector. This is on the early side of it, so you're able to see 8K picture put on the wall. Now, I really, really, really want the 4K ultra short throw. That is an item that I would like to get. Not that I have a 120-inch wall to put it on yet.
Mine's 8.
I know, but you haven't sent it to me. Go ahead, throw it in the mail. Throw it in the mail, man. I will happily pay the shipping, brother. I'm here to help you. There's
Who
no
knows
need
if they're
for it
going
to.
to charge you for the shipping?
There's
there.
no need for you to have that short.
Who
That
knows
you have
if
a.
they'll- Who
I don't
knows
want
if
to
they're
sit
going
your
to
house.
charge you for shipping?
Yeah,
Who knows
who
if they're
cares?
what they're gonna...
But so, again, for us nerds, this is an 8K picture given 150-inch. That is a mighty big screen. 150 inches is probably bigger than I really want, but on those you can make them smaller. You can go smaller on that. And I want to say, what did I see? I saw the price on this, and I want to say that it said. Hold on a second. Let's back this up to some screenshots of it up on the wall. You can see, be right next to your wall. Let's go down here. Oh, look at you! Could be the talk of the town. No screen, boom, right on the wall. Oh,
Yep.
It does do better if you have an actual ultra short screen screen
Got
that it
yeah.
so that
I
it
have a
doesn't get
screen.
reflection.
But mine will go up to something like, like what was it, like 14 feet or something like that. It's crazy.
Hold on a second. This ain't the price. Hold on, that ain't the price. Where did I see? I saw the price on this. Hold on, this is all BS. This is BS. Yeah. It was. Where's the damn price on this?
$30,000.
No, it's $11,000 for this thing. 11 grand.
Well, that's pretty cheap.
But again,
and
we're talking
if you
new technology.
If you sit too close, you see pixels.
Well,
your living room isn't big enough to go the distance to watch 8K.
Yeah. Well, 150-inch, you need to not be right beside the TV.
Yeah, you can't be on top of it.
Yeah, you need to be a little bit of a distance.
It'd be like trying to watch it in big screen,
Yeah. But to me, none of us are going to buy this thing. But it shows that this is the technology, this is the direction it's going. We are moving towards that technology, and the people paying $11,000 are the people that are helping to fund the project to move forward. So us people that are not willing to pay that type of money. I looked at, I want to say the 4K ultra short throw. I was looking at $2,000 before I moved here. It was $2,000 for the ultra short throw 4K. I don't remember the brand. Would go up to 120 inches. So the technology is moving forward, and I do think that this is coming. I've got a question for the panel as well as the people watching this on the side. What size TV do you have right now that you're watching TV on? What size TV are you watching?
Right.
Well, welcome, Mark.
All right.
I'm looking right now at a 55. No, 58. Sorry.
58.
This one's a 58
okay.
in here in this room, but I have I have the other.
You do have a projector 8K that you still have still in the fucking box, but
who's got time? I'm busy on my Plex, trying to get everything set. This way my neighbors will be able to click on it and they'll be able to watch it over the top of my house.
I feel bad that he's got this. Think of me right here. I'll help you out with that.
Yeah.
Funster. So what size TV do you have, my man?
A 64. 46 only.
46.
That's the one that looks the nicest in my setup.
So a 46. I mean, if you got a small room, and
no, it's not small, but it's the way it's laid out. If I buy it better, my OCD kicks bigger. My OCD will kick in.
Jeez.
Yeah.
OCD.
What about my boy Soheil? Soheil with an 85.
Wait, how am I missing all this damn chat?
I don't know why it's not coming up here in StreamYard, but I'm looking at it on my TV, and it's showing me. Red has a 42.
Yeah, I don't get anything in StreamYard.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Hold on a second, because I ain't getting none of that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Me
I don't
neither.
see nobody
I don't.
talking since marijuana.
Yeah. Yeah. That talking. I just looked up and I you know, Carl has a 55. Jim with a 65. Skulls has a 55. Seth with a 65. Beach with his 42 in Tyson.
All right, hey, I'm
Uh,
gonna refresh my page. Fingers crossed that we don't.
okay.
You stay here.
Yeah.
I got a 75.
All right, cool.
That's my computer monitor.
Uh-huh.
And I sit right on top of it.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you know, for what you're normally watching on it, that's why you need to get that up close and comfortable feel, right?
Yes, I'm playing gynecologist.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see anything in stream yet. Oh, you can hit
Yeah.
comments. Oh, son of a
Yeah.
bitch. I'll be
Yeah.
damned.
This is the last one we got here. I don't know why.
I usually just window the actual chat on YouTube and put it
Right.
Oh, I don't even look.
over stream. Right?
If it's important, Todd will say about it. Okay, I just did look. Oh, that's my meme I made a long time ago. My Exodus meme.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
I think Dabs is gonna have to restart his whole freaking PC and everything.
No, yeah, but no, I doubt it because if StreamYard has been running and all of a sudden that crashed out.
Well, we're still live, so
Yeah, we're still live. Ooh, Peter Thompson. I put a 120-inch projector. My local display the football. Oh yeah, watching football game on that, huh?
boo sports.
Yeah.
Boo.
Okay, here he comes.
Jesus! I
Yeah.
have to actually close my browser. All right.
Oh, but it didn't. It's still. Is yours working or not?
Yeah, I see it now.
Oh, you see yours now.
Yeah, because there's 120-inch local.
Right. Okay. So you are seeing it.
Yeah,
I'm still
Honeybee
not seeing it.
65.
Well, I'll just
TLCs.
look at it on the. Are shrinking
No,
channel?
So yeah, I had actually closed my browser and reopen it.
Wow.
Browser,
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I was just curious. So Mark, what was it? I didn't hear that.
75-inch.
75-inch. All right, so I am getting the echo now. I'm getting the echo from Auburn again.
I actually had to use a piece of freaking plywood on my desk just to fit the damn thing.
Wait, you got a 75-inch TV on your desk?
Yeah, it's my computer monitor.
He needs to get up and close with his videos.
I forgot what movies he downloads a lot of. I forgot. All right, I get it now.
I'm an amateur gynecologist. What do you want?
So all right, so yeah, we've got plenty.
I think that's one of the main reasons why I haven't set up the projector.
Well, I'm on the computer so much, so I gotta have a big screen.
Oh lordy! So all right, so folks that are watching the show, all right, so Mark has been in our scene community for a long time, knows about builds and add-ons, and he knows, kind of like me, he's like a Swiss Army knife of a lot of knowledge. So he's joining us today to talk about different items, and he is if anybody's followed any of his add-ons, you'll know what we're talking about. So I was looking, making sure that I'm still live over here.
Yeah, countdown going on, so I guess so.
Yeah, I see the countdown. I see that our viewers have went to 0. My viewers have went to 0. So, but I think that it was stuck at 54 forever, so I couldn't tell how many people are watching.
I see 54.
Yeah, it was
But I
stuck on
still see the
54.
feed going. I
All
still
right,
see the feed going.
as long as the feed's going.
Yeah.
All right, so without further ado, I think we gotta go to Albin's corner, Albin's topics. Or you'll wait a minute. Hey, I was like trying to do it as fast as I could, and it's not. All right, there we
You
go.
didn't open it?
Yeah, I had it. There we go. All right, so we got. What about open puppies, Albin? Tell us about your sites of the week.
Okay, we got this one here. Open puppies. And
I thought it was about breasts. You said, I was hoping.
You see, I
breasts.
fooled everyone for once.
Yeah, open puppies.
Open puppies. So you get to the site and it's you hit the space bar and you see these different videos on puppies.
On dogs doing stuff.
And dogs too, yeah. And there's some cats, dogs and cats.
You can't help it. Some of them are.
Yeah.
I did flip through a bunch of those, and know.
Well, we need Funster's dogs on there.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Definitely.
Fun. Look at that dog. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, with a cat.
That's a Siberian Husky. That looks like a Siberian Husky.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
You can't film mine. They don't move. They just don't move.
That's why it'd be so amusing.
Do they at least jump up when you're feeding them?
Yeah, but they wait quietly and then they come when it's finished. When I let them out, they're most of the time I don't even see them come back in, and they stay out 2 minutes and then they're lying back in the sofa, snoring.
Yeah, so in other words, they're like your traditional Kodi user.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So this is a great site for, because
hey, that's not a dog.
Well, there's two dogs. Those are little collies right there.
Well, I guess that's a dog in UK.
Get him, dog. Get him. That looks like a Frenchie. Ain't that a Frenchie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great. We do talk about a lot of bad things that make you depressed. So I do think that Albin, this is a great little a fun site for people just to have a fun time.
Yep. Get a good smile for the day.
Yeah. Just have a good time about your dogs. And sorry, I can't help but smile when I can't help but smile when I see my dog every day. She's so happy to see me and having a good time. So
yeah, I haven't seen your dog since you got there.
Now that's a good dog right there.
Been
Look
getting
at that.
bigger.
My dog. Oh yeah, she's getting fat because too many people around here just give her whatever she wants. I was a mean parent. I was like, no. I was always but the people here, they tend to, she gives them sad dog eyes. So like she gives like, I'm sorry, or I'm hungry. And they're like, oh, baby needs a little something. They give her food all the time. So yeah, she's gaining weight. I mean, not like roly-poly weight, but she's bigger than what she needs to be.
Her the daddy is here on the show out there. Charles is out there.
Is Charles in the side chat?
Yeah, he's out there.
I didn't even miss it. I missed him. Sorry, I had my other window open. I didn't even see Charles in there. I was like, yeah, I know he misses taking her out. I really appreciate it. He too stick her out every day. So yeah, open puppies. So let's see what other site you had. This other site, Albin. Tell us about Pat-a-tap. Pat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Well, it gives you a spinning circle.
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna have to turn on your volume for when you open up that tab.
Hold on.
You're gonna have to.
Oh no, another one for Beach to make a freaking theme song from.
Hey. Because are you hearing it?
I am.
We're
No,
not.
hit the.
Okay,
Hit
hold on.
You have to hit
I
the.
got.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to stop sharing. Hold on a second, folks.
Yeah,
Let
stop
me-
sharing.
Talk about those production values.
I know production. I told you production value. Mute, allow. All right, so this should do it.
There's Charles.
All right, so let's see. Hold
So
on.
you have to.
Oh, I got to do letters.
Yeah, do letters.
Well, that's why I don't use Firefox. But yeah,
we're not hearing it.
All right, so tell us about it since I'm not
so
using.
It plays each different sound, but when you're just playing around on your keyboard and you're doing this, it's really pretty neat. And when you hit the space bar gives it a different set of different tones, whether it be like more of a drum or something like that.
Okay,
yeah, we're starting to hear it now.
It's
we're
about
hearing it
deafening
now.
me. So each letter is different.
It's different, yeah.
Okay, maybe only when I'm talking because you're hearing it through my fucking headphones.
Right, I'm here. Yeah, that's
blasting in me.
Yeah.
So it's a different sound for each key, like A through Z.
A through Z, yeah. It's all only A through Z, and the space bar will temp.
Oh, that was another site.
It was pat-a-tap.
Pat-a-tap. Pat-a-tap. All right, so that's so check out Pat-a-tap if you're wanting to you're a budding musician and you're wanting to be somebody.
Use yourself for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely loud in my ears. So yeah, so but hey, Auburn sites of the week. All right, so hey, we're going to talk about, because this is one of Mark's favorite topics.
Oh crap!
Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Sports. You came just in time, Mark. Sports.
All right.
I just downloaded a wrestling show today, actually.
Oh, did you? You downloaded a wrestling show?
Yeah.
Yeah. The chicks might have been naked, but still, it's wrestling.
Yeah, to put on a sweat. Oh.
and we know that. All right, so anybody knows Mark? He is all about the puppies and not the little dog puppies. Those other puppies.
Yes.
So before we go into the other topics, and we'll talk about NFL is this weekend, brother. You didn't give me a link, but I found it.
Yeah.
So
no,
NFL
because you know
weekend.
me, how I feel about football now.
Yeah,
you know how I
but
feel about
like
football now.
I like it.
I know. I'll root for whoever you're rooting for.
So we got the 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Going to be the early game, 3 p.m. This is giving me the CTV, the Canadian channels, but I can't remember. One is CBS and one is Fox. I can't remember which is which. I want to say Fox would be this first game. I want to say, but maybe wrong.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they can just freaking put in a team name and it'll tell them in Google.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So we got the 49ers and the Eagles are going to be playing this week, as well as the Bengals and the Chiefs playing in Kansas City, and that'll be at 6:30. So it's going to be a later game. So that'll be on Sunday. Then that will decide who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
Jim said the first game is on Fox.
So all right, so here we go. Fox will be the San Francisco game, and then the second game, which will be on CBS, will be your Bengals versus Chiefs. This will decide who's going to be in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. So just keep in mind, folks, that there is a week between the playoffs and the actual Super Bowl. So next week will be the Pro Bowl. So just don't plan to watch Super Bowl next week. That will be the week after, so 2 weeks out. So that's a big topic for a lot of us. I enjoy the football, so look forward to that.
Blindside said that he went over to the stadium yesterday and they're already setting it up.
Oh yeah, they gotta be. I mean, this is Friday. Hell yeah! Which stadium did he go to? I mean, was he in Kansas City or Philadelphia?
I don't know. I'm looking at it on my screen.
Yeah.
On my TV.
Well, I do know that Brad Pitt wants the Chiefs to win.
Ah, Brad Pitt. Well,
I was cruising through TMZ, saw that.
okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Brad Pitt's wanting Kansas City. I mean, for me, if I had to pick, Purdy has a brand new quarterback. He's a rookie quarterback. So you gotta like that. You got the Eagles who built their team over the last few years, and they have been dominating all year. So I want to pull for Purdy off the 49ers because McCaffrey went there too. He's from the Panthers. And Burrows from Bengals, the quarterback for the Bengals, he tried last year and fell short. I am a Patrick Mahomes guy, so it's hard to vote against Patrick Mahomes. So I'll go for San Francisco versus. I'm going with the Bengals because Mahomes is hurt. So 49ers, Bengals going to the Super Bowl. That's my picks. That's my picks. So go ahead, go to Vegas and bet.
Okay.
All right. So here's some of the events that Auburn found for this weekend.
So this is tonight here. This one.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is tonight.
Yeah. That's in Myrtle Beach.
Bare knuckle.
Yeah, bare knuckle. Tonight at 8:00.
Hour and a half bare knuckle fighting, and if you've not watched bare knuckle fighting, I do like bare knuckle fighting because there's no, knock that mug out.
Right.
Oh, that's on. PFL.
PFL. What about Fen?
Oh, you want to go Fen first? All right, Fen.
Oh,
We got Fen.
Okay.
Fen 44.
Yeah.
What the hell does that say?
Topology?
So is this
That
on?
one
This is on tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I'm sorry. At 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Oh, so there's only one fight tonight. Tonight at in Myrtle Beach. Then okay. Bare knuckle tonight.
All right. What's the other one you want next?
LFA.
LFA 151.
Yeah, that's going to be on UFC Fight Pass because there's no UFC fights tomorrow, but the next fight is next Sunday at like 1 a.m. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do because I doubt if anyone's going to be up to stream.
Yeah, that'll be. We'll figure that one out.
It's going to be on my Plex, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. So this week, LFA 151 will be tomorrow, and then we got the PFL.
Yeah.
So PFL, is that on tomorrow? Also, that's usually Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah. It should tell you at top. No, it doesn't.
No.
If you click on the top left there, it has like fights or something like that, or
Schedule?
I can't see it. Yeah, schedule maybe. Was it schedule or was it the other one there?
I hit schedule.
Schedule news videos.
Yeah, Well, so this is tomorrow though.
Yeah.
I guarantee that it's a Saturday. PFL is always on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So that'll be
PFL. No. It was Friday.
Really?
Week one is in Orlando. Hold on, I'm gonna post that over here.
Well, if I ever win the lottery, I'll start a PFL.
Yeah.
What's your PFL going to be?
What's your right?
It's going to be the Panty Fighting League.
No, it's already a pillow. Also, it's either pillow or.
This is the Professional Fighters League.
Professional Fighting League is this one.
Yeah.
Friday, January 27th, welterweight Challenger Series, week 1, Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida.
Okay, so. All right, so that's tonight. So if someone needs to get out there and watch it.
Yeah.
The other thing that I saw, and we didn't talk about it, is
yeah.
this slap
The slap
fight.
fight.
UFC's, I want to say the Power Slap, which is
Yeah.
sponsored by Dana White or promoted by Dana White, whatever, has like made its debut earlier this week or last weekend.
Last week, and last week it was. I liked it. There was this. You have to watch it. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone.
Did you see that they have a TV show about that?
That's it.
That's
it. This
that's
is
the
it.
show.
Yeah, this is it. Slap.
Power Slap. Power Slap is the show.
You didn't put it on your. You didn't put it on your server yet.
I actually have it on mine for people. It's like Power Slap Road to the Title.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. So, and I don't know. I mean, we've watched slap fights, and I find it funny more than anything.
Yeah.
But this is not going to last long, folks. I'm going to tell you that
no,
right now.
I think it is. I think it is. Because
No.
Dana White, listen, what Dana White is doing is he's setting it up like how he did with the what was the other thing he had for the MMA?
Contender?
The Contender series, right. Yeah. He had he's doing the same type of thing. And so he's putting all these guys in a house, the whole 9 yards, just like that. You know, hey.
Yeah, let me tell you what the difference of this to me is compared to the Contender. This is just a concussion. I mean, I'm sorry. UFC is there's technique. Yes, some people get knocked out. Yes, some people do.
Yeah.
Some people get tapped
out.
But
don't you just want to? But don't you just want to see someone get knocked the hell out?
You stand there while somebody basically not punches you in the face, but slaps you enough that knocks you out.
But
that's brain damage, brother.
I know that. Hey, that's something that Dana White's gonna have to deal with later.
He don't care. He's fucking sold his soul to the devil.
Well, hey, hold on. You know what? Hey, I'm waiting for the match with him and his wife again. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Hey, I used that joke last week.
But
Oh man. Oh gosh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. So slap fight. Yes, it is. If you're using an add-on, you might be able to find it in some of your add-ons. It is.
Yeah, it's all over the hoster sites. So
yeah. And this is it's unique. It's different. Again, I've watched the slap fight competitions. We've watched them for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And this, I just can't see this being long term.
I can.
I'm sorry.
I can.
Because people are getting. There was people's. I mean, do you remember the one time with the slap fight? I swear the guy's eyeball I thought was going to pop out of his head. And it was so cringy, I had to keep looking. You know, it's like.
Yeah.
But that's the thing,
real
though. People like you are going to watch this because they got to see what it's about, and they're just going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
It's like NASCAR. They're waiting for the crash, and you guys are waiting for blood.
Yep. Want to see blood. That's why I don't watch football anymore, because, you know, there's no real blood anymore. You can't hurt the guy. You know?
Well, this is Power Slap. I do think, you know, if you want to
check it out.
If you want to be talking at the water cooler about something and none of the guys are talking about it, you want to be that guy where they're like, what?
Yeah.
Watch some of the Power Slap. And you're going to be that person that's talking about something that before anybody else has jumped on the bandwagon. Maybe people jump on the bandwagon in another 6 or 8 months. But this is the cutting edge. Dana White jumped on this. And again, there was the slap fight league, I think is what it was.
Right.
Which was the first one, which almost the production values were so low. That was actually funny to watch it. Because it was funny in how it's just the production value, and this is definitely going to have a higher production value. So they got the same guy behind them, right? So it looks like the same guy from Slap Fight.
No, because the way they have it set up is completely different. They got the same refs that we've been using in UFC.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah, watch it.
Maybe I make Blue watch that
tonight. You get a kick in. Yeah, watch it tonight.
I should be like, I don't think so. Slap fight. So, all right. So
Um,
those were our.
I don't know.
Yep.
Right. I don't know if you want to talk about that other Android thing we
I
discussed
glanced at
before.
that. I didn't
No,
grab it as a
the
link.
boxes that we were
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
If you want to,
Yeah, we'll toss that out on the floor and see where this goes and see what people think. So we were talking about Android boxes. This has been a discussion, and Mark, I know he's always chimed into different boxes, which box is better, and so we're seeing a lot of some newer boxes are coming out, and some with some really high specs.
They're pretty much mini PCs.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that earlier. So let's open the floor to that. What do you guys think about where is all this going? What kind of devices you think?
They're going up in
Well,
price, and people are
yeah,
like, "Oh my god, I need that," because higher price equates better streaming and all that good stuff.
right. But
And
I think that it's a thing of memory because all these other low end devices I think are a joke. You can't do much with it. Except keep emptying your cache from the thing because it's a there's no room on it.
well, I mean, it depends. Like, if you got 4 gigs or 8 gigs, that's fine. I mean, the problem is people install the old K app, then they'll put every freaking APK they see on there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then they'll sit there and clear their caches every single time they use
Right.
it, not realizing it slows everything up. They'll say, "Oh, this box sucks. I need another one."
If you want something cheap, uh, Android, you buy a second-hand phone and an HDMI adapter. Phones are basically always stronger than boxes.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. You could go with even. I was thinking, I do have an old S7. I wonder, my old S7. I don't know how much gigs of RAM. I'm sure it had more than 3.
I
I
think
think I got one of those too.
it works. I think the phones are way better than streaming devices.
Yeah, but the problem
Actually,
is a lot of people on a
don't
phone,
want.
they can't even
Yeah,
use the touch screen, let alone on a
yeah.
freaking bigger tablet.
Yeah, I can't use a phone for that stuff. That it's just too tiny for me to look at.
Yeah,
I I,
me
I
either.
I want a
I just
device
hate
that
phones in general.
Well,
right.
but you can hook it up, but you're
If
hooking it
it's
up to the
connected to
TV.
your TV, it's
Yeah.
and you use like basic estuary skin.
Well, I mean,
Go
even
in the
with a
Addon.
newer phone, you could freaking cast them. They
Yeah,
all have like
That's
apps and
true. Yeah,
shit
they all
now
got
that you just
cast.
cast them.
yeah.
I was
But I
looking.
don't know. I guess it's I sit there and I think, okay, well, I want to save stuff. I want it to connect to my network, whatever box I'm using. So I could look across my network and get whatever I need.
Oh, you know what I did want to ask you, Addon?
Yeah,
Your favorite subject. I didn't see any sharing stuff in Plex.
yeah. We'll talk about that after the show if you want.
All right.
Wanted to just yeah. We'll talk about it. And I'll
All
show you
right.
how to get to it. Not a problem.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you do the Shield tends to be your all around thing. Now there are a lot of Android boxes, and I know someone posted a thing in here, and it was the P6, the
There's
perfect
people that
box.
watch that religiously.
But you're talking, it's going to be, was it $400 or $500 for this thing? 8 core, 16 gigs of
Wow.
RAM. Do you need 16 gigs of
No,
RAM?
no, you don't need it just for that. No, you
but
might as well.
But some people think that bigger is going to make it better.
No,
No. Maybe I'm not a fan of that. I think.
I mean, even a 4K stick for people that are only streaming from the K app thing, that's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
But
I mean, I've got
it-
I've got a 4K in my bedroom. I have no issues.
they work fine, but for some reason, people are like, oh no, to get a better stream, I need a much more expensive device.
Right.
And they get shitty internet, and then they're like, oh well, why doesn't this work right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh well, you don't understand. I got 5 megabytes per second. Why isn't this 4K streaming?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Your internet and your Wi-Fi. People don't understand your internet speed and your Wi-Fi. Both of those matter. And a lot of times people say, well, I got the best internet that my internet company provides. Well, what is that? And I say, have you done a speed test? Well, no.
No.
I'm sorry. I've run speed tests on every single device I have in this
too.
Well, I mean,
And
even
to understand where I'm at.
Even if your internet says you're getting 300 megabytes per second, that doesn't mean you're getting 300 megabytes per second.
Right.
And plus, that might be at the modem, like how
At the
car
modem,
horsepower.
yes.
So once you go through your Wi-Fi, then you're going to get less. And people don't realize.
And me, I'm a person. I don't like Wi-Fi. I like being hard.
I don't like Wi-Fi.
hard
That's
code.
hard. Yeah, wired is the best, but let's be
Either
honest, most people are not going to go wired.
oh yeah,
Most
Right.
people.
If you buy a cheap if you buy a cheap Chinese box, Wi-Fi will probably be better
yeah.
because their Ethernet ports are limited to 100.
Right.
And I have
On the
seen that in
cheap
some of those
boxes.
cheap
Yeah.
boxes. Yeah.
And see, the problem I have is I don't. It's either a problem with the wizard I'm using, or I fucked it up somehow. But if people have really bad internet and they start up the K app, and their Wi-Fi is like zones out, it'll break the wizard. So that's how I know they have crappy internet. That people don't realize Wi-Fi isn't a constant signal; it's always dropping and coming back.
Yep. Yep. And if it can't pick right back up, as soon as it drops, it reminds me back in the day when we used to use IRC or we used some of those old or those old channels where we'd download and it would take you all night long. And if you had one blip in the middle of the night, you'd be screwed.
Yep.
People's internet, know your speed, know what internet speeds you have. You can run speed tests. There's plenty of speed test websites. Run it off a device that's plugged right up to your modem, be it wired in a small laptop or whatever. Know what your speed is there, and then also test it at your device on your TV. I have a Fire Stick. You can open a web browser, go to speedtest.net or whatever, get an idea of what's the speed your TV's getting, that device on your TV, because it may not be the same. Most likely, it's not the same as your modem has.
And the way Dabs is saying is the way you should do it. Go through a browser. Don't rely on the Kodi. The Kodi one is flash based.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be
the cap one. The cap one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's not going to be 100% freaking accurate. It's just going to give you a general.
The Kodi dev that makes the Addon, he says it's very unreliable, especially the ping times.
Yeah. And that's, I use the browser base whenever I do, and I do when I go to somebody's house and they'll say, help me set this up, and I'll go to people's houses and help them set it up, and I run a test and I'll run it at the device they're wanting to plug in their TV, and they'll be like, well, why am I getting 400 at my modem and I'm only getting 50 right here? I'm like, well, first of all, you're on the 3rd floor right now. That's on the 2nd floor or the 1st floor. How far that's got to go. And then you're using the cable company's modem and routers. All right, so you may be stuck using your cable company's modem, and not always, but you're okay with usually their modem. But their router that spreads the Wi-Fi throughout your home almost always is shitty. So get yourself, you can go and find one on sale. Find a good router set at wherever you're going to buy a good. Usually most of your mesh systems or Nest systems are pretty good. Get one of those to where you have those hubs that are around their house, and it almost creates like an umbrella of Wi-Fi signal in your whole house, instead of it just coming from one beacon spreading it out. You've created multiple beacons that create like a whole umbrella, and you'll find that all your devices run better, your laptop, your phone, everything. Because so often people say, well, I got fastest internet. Well, what are you really getting? And then sure, your modems, most people's is their modem is always, well, not always, most times low in the house, because it's easy for the cable company to put the junction right on your wall, right in your wall, boom. That's where they set it. So if you have it centralized, that helps you, but those multiple repeaters or those multiple antennas will create a more stable internet or Wi-Fi connection for all your devices. Go ahead, Funster.
I have four access points, 4 hardwired access points.
Yep. I have 3. I have 3, and this house is not humongous. I got 3, but even upstairs, at the TV on the 4K stick, I'm getting almost, I mean, very close to the same speed that I get at the modem itself. So that's what you got to do. And most people think, oh, it's the device. No, it's not.
What
most
people
people don't
also
know.
forget is when you have 1 gig, it also depends on what you're connecting with. If they can handle 1 gig, you're never going to get 1 gig. And that's the thing with speed tests. They connect to a good server.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
But then when you connect to something else that can be like that's only doing 100 out, you're never going to get your speed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And VPNs, a lot of time I see people posting about VPNs. VPNs do hide your IP address. It does hide what websites you're going to. It does mask a lot of stuff. But it 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to say always, because someone's going to say, oh, Dabs, it doesn't always. More times than not, it will dampen or slow your speed. So when you're running a VPN, because you don't want so-and-so to know that you're going to Real Debrid, which who cares, but whatever. So when you use that VPN to connect to some other country to reroute your traffic, that is going to slow your whole speed. So a lot of times people are using VPNs when they don't need to. If it makes you feel safer, then use it, but they're not always necessary. If you're using torrents straight to your home, use a VPN. If you're connecting to Pirate Bay or whatever, you're using uTorrent, you're getting content right from that, yes, use a VPN. But if you're using some of these other services that you're connecting to that server to get to whatever, it's being redundant. And is there risk? Sure, but the risk is pretty small. And what you're losing in speed is pretty great, because somebody's like, I got 800 down, and then when I'm trying to watch this 4K movie, it's buffering. Well, you're probably only getting 80 or 100 down when you're using that VPN that's going to Norway, and then going here, going there before it ever comes to you. So,
well, Dave says he always uses a VPN to watch your show because he doesn't want anyone to know he's watching this crap.
I see. I can't see the chat. That's good. I like that. That's
Yeah.
let me tell you this.
I think you got it.
Alvin probably knows the same thing I'm going to say. I've been downloading for over 25 years. I have never, ever used a VPN.
Me neither. I don't need to be slowed down.
And then when you use Real Debrid to have your downloads go to there, it's freaking encrypted anyway. So they just see that you're streaming something. They have no idea what you're streaming. So if you're doing Real Debrid with a VPN, you've been watching too many YouTube videos.
No, brother. Yep.
You're hurting yourself. I mean, you're hurting yourself. Then you're complaining to an add-on developer, or you're complaining to Real Debrid, and
must be the people that wear 2 condoms.
Yeah, in case the first one breaks. I don't know. Yeah, so just be. I mean, we try to give you advice, but we see a lot of the same questions and the same issues, and it's just people don't know. So yeah, just I always tell know your speed, know what internet you got, know what your Wi-Fi is, and more times than not, you got shitty Wi-Fi. That happens more than anything. That people's like, I got shitty Wi-Fi. Well, no wonder you're buffering and you're trying to watch 1080 and it's stuttering.
And it
That's-
does drop out a lot. So
Yeah. I was watching a live football game a couple weeks ago at somebody's house, and they had an older Fire Stick, but it kept buffering, and I used the same service and didn't have that issue. And I didn't want to say, let's investigate your Wi-Fi or nothing like that. I was just like, okay. I mean, well, I'm not there to fix everything, but more time I would have guaranteed that it's because they have a poor Wi-Fi connection, or don't reboot once in a while. It doesn't hurt to reboot your system once in a while. Your modem
definitely.
router, reboot it once in a while, clear it out. It'll run better, promise.
But see, in Cody, we say don't clear the cache, but with your modem and your router, yeah, clear the cache.
Well, in clear the cache, and Mark, we've seen that discussed numerous times in Streaming Matters. So clearing the cache removes your poster, your thumb art.
Well, there's clearing the cache, there's
Yep.
clearing your thumbnails, and clearing your packages.
Okay.
Now,
Go
the
ahead.
packages, yes, you want to clear those because those are pretty big. That can get up to 100 freaking megabytes just from a couple of updates.
And that's your add-ons that when they update, because they download as a package.
Yes.
They're basically the zips.
Yeah, the zip files. Yeah.
Thumbnails, you don't want to clear those all the time because you're doing two things. You're slowing yourself down because every time you restart Kodi, you got to download the same stuff again. And you're also hitting the websites that get that stuff. And you're jamming them up.
Yeah.
The cache, I guess you can clear it if you want. Most people don't. I mean, like I said, if you get even a 4K Fire Stick, what is it, 2 gigs or something like that, I think? 1 or 2 gigs?
It's 1.5 or 2 for a 4K stick. I can't remember. I think it's 1.5.
If you're just using Kodi, you're all set. But if you're throwing every APK on there that you think you're missing out on something that the K app doesn't have, then don't. I mean, I don't understand why people do that.
Well, a lot of times
I got this gallon of milk, and I'm going to put 2 gallons together and see if it'll fit in this 1 gallon.
Yeah, it's most of the time people see a video or a post or a tweet or something, and it says, "Oh, this will help you." No, it doesn't always.
Yeah,
again,
9.9 times out of 10, it won't help you.
The thing is, most people I see ask that they have stuff that works and they want to make it work better.
Yeah.
And you do more harm with that. Stay out of the settings, stay out of everything, don't touch anything. If it works, it works. Don't go making 20 tweaks to gain a few seconds. It's stupid.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, most of the time, I mean, if you're a person of like us that like to tweak, because we know what we're kind of messing with, and if we break it, we know how to revert back to get us back, and we have no issue with that. More times than not, people don't. It's almost like if you watch a video on how to replace some parts on your engine, and you're like, well, I watched that video. It told me that I can go in there and I can replace the seals on my motor and it'll run better. It'll be cleaner. You get halfway through ripping it apart and you're like, so wait a minute, this is not going back together the way I thought. And you try to jam it all back together and you wonder why your engine ain't running right. It's because you shouldn't have messed with it to start with. So if you don't have an understanding,
the seals.
Yeah, it's like, it's not all going to, so if it's running like Funster, if it's running good, more times than not, doing tweaks is going to mess you up. Now, if you're a person that's very inquisitive and you don't mind learning and you don't mind failing, and that's you fail, but you're willing to fail so that you can learn, fine. But if you're a person that's like, I just want it to work, that's all I want, then you tweaking and adjusting is probably going to do more harm than good. Like I said earlier in the show, less is more. Less messing with, less add-ons, less tweaks will probably gain you more stability in everything you do in this. And the more most of the time the carrot people are dangling about this is a little bit better, it's probably not. And I was guilty of it in my early times of making builds. I wanted the flashiest build. I wanted the extra. I wanted things moving, and I wanted the backgrounds doing all kinds of stuff. I wanted extra because I wanted to push the limits. But I found that at a point of learning this hobby, I just wanted it to work. I want to go, and when it's time to watch a movie, I want to click it and have it work. When it's time to watch a TV show, I want to click and have it work. That's where I am now. That's who I am.
Well,
And
see, the thing with add-ons is everyone wants every new one that comes out, even though it's a fork of the 5 other ones they already have.
Yeah.
And all these places are pretty much pulling from the same freaking sites. So
yes, they're pulling from the same sources.
everyone's looking for more, and they're not going to get more.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few add-ons when I've looked through. There are some add-ons that are one-click add-ons that have those direct links that have unique content. Again, like with Mark and some of the content, there's certain things that you're only going to find in certain places when one clicks. But when you're a scraper add-on, 95% of scraper content is the same that is coming from. So if you're using an Exodus fork or all those scraper things, more times than not, it's all pulling from the same library. So you're not going to get no new books. It's the same library, maybe in a different order. But one-clicks are the one difference. So if you find an add-on that has particular one-click sections, then you can say, hey, I want that add-on because it has the classic TV section, or this one has showing big titties, whatever. There's certain ones that have niche categories. 4K, there's certain add-ons that have niche 4K content.
Yep.
And so, yes, that add-on is going to do that. But if you're just scraping, you're using an Exodus fork or one of the shadow forks or something, you're going to get pretty much the same results. So,
I just want to say what's up to Noir out there.
Yeah,
I see
my
you out
chat
there,
has
but
fucking stopped
Yeah,
again.
yeah. My. I'm looking at my TV, and that's the only way I know you're out there.
I can't see. I
How
can't.
you doing, Lee, man? I miss
Yeah.
you. Haven't
Hey,
heard
Noir.
your voice in forever.
Yeah, this is the last chat I see.
He sent me a sporting video. It had something to do with fishing.
Fishing. Oh, I know you love fishing.
He'll be
You love
giggling
all
about
sports.
that.
So, all right. Well, hey, let's roll out of here because we're at 2 hours. So we're gonna head out of here. I'll start with Mark since he was last one in. Anything you want to say or tell people before we leave? Anything you've been working on that you want to throw out there?
I add some more chicks to my porn star section. And
what are you willing to tell us what add-on, repo, or any of those kind of hints, or do you want? You don't have to.
it's a boobs and beer add-on.
Boobs and beer add-on. So
I have to figure out if I have anything beer related in there, though.
I don't think you do. Last time I looked, it was pretty much boobs.
It wasn't years ago when I was in there.
Well, because probably 4 or 5 years ago, it was all YouTube based, so I had all the drunk chicks and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Once I turned it into Real the Brid one-click stuff, then I just did straight porn. I'll put some drunk chicks in there.
Yeah, you have to find some drunk chicks.
I got plenty of Russian drunk videos.
Yeah. And again, Mark he scrubs the internet. He finds some of the more eclectic items.
I got the boobs and beer add-on. I got the odds and end add-on, which is all regular content. Odds and ends is pretty much requested stuff and all the stuff that add-ons don't scrape. People say, "Oh, this isn't out there. No one can find this." So I just say, "Here, whatever." And also, I hate humans.
Is that just a statement, or is that a new add-on you're coming out with?
No, it's just a statement. My usual statement.
I was thinking to myself, wait, is that a new add-on? I haven't seen that one out there. I hate humans.
Or Beach says I should make a mini golf add-on with the videos of all my holes in one.
Yeah.
You should do that.
He's
You
addicted.
should do that.
He's addicted. It took him 8 months to turn the damn thing
I know.
on. Now
Turn
he's
the thing on.
So again, well, and I'll give shout out to Mark again. Props to him today when we were talking about soap operas, and he was talking about we were talking about Young and Bold and Beautiful, and it was on there. I swear to you, I was looking high and low for Young and the Restless and could not
when
find
I saw that, I was just like, I can't believe that. You know,
Yeah,
you had me using my
time now.
you had me using my Plex to get it for you.
Yeah. So it's
record it.
available. It's available
Yeah.
through Scene Release. So people that want to do some American soap operas, they're a day behind. Scenerelease.net. I do have. You can find that if you're looking for it. So, Funster, anything you want to say before we head up out of here? Any thing you want to mention or talk props?
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I would like to give a shout out to the guys who are working on Simple Wizard. I think it became a very capable wizard, and there are a few more things in the works for it. I just find bugs for them, and then they have to fix it. That's my job.
Hey, hey, those are important jobs, finding those bugs to fix them.
So
I want the group to stop updating the Simple Wizard, because every time they update the damn wizard, I gotta update mine. This is like, not another update. I gotta fix mine again.
Well, you don't have to if it works.
Well, yeah, I don't have to.
But this time was a major update.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was really nice on the category. So if you're a person that has premium services, Real to Brid, All the Brid, premiumized, all those stuff, tracked, all that stuff is in one category now, and it's easy to save that and authorize your stuff.
And also, every builder can add his own add-ons easily. When you go to the JSON, you just, if you know what base it's on, and you use those add-ons in your build that aren't in the list, you can easily rewrite them, add them, or delete some.
That has to do with whitelisting. So if you're a builder and you have certain add-ons you don't want to, when they update their build, you don't want them to delete their user data folder. That's what he's talking about. You can go through and add certain add-ons in there. So it does save a person that is updating. If you could do a fresh install and you still have your Real to Brid for your different add-ons or your premiumizer tracked, or so yes, that is a really good feature. And for builders, it gives them a tool, as well as colors. You can change all the colors now. I saw that.
All right, that's awesome.
Aubin, anything you want to say before we head out, bro?
I want to say thanks for everyone out there. I just wanted to say what's up to what's it that his name rolled past now. I can't even tell who it was I was thinking of, but I'm thinking of all of them out there. You know, it's not a Friday without you guys, and we'll. I don't know what we're gonna do. If anyone's gonna be even hosting the football on Sunday, bare knuckle
or football,
yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna be on, because I have so much stuff I want to watch. That Megan came out. I've been dying to watch that movie.
Yeah,
so that's out. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for everyone coming out. If anyone out there has any questions that they want us to put up on the show, let us know. Don't be scared to. Just hit us up. In Telegram. And you can always DM me and say, hey, let's talk about this. This is something I'm interested about, and we'll come up with something for you.
Because we've heard it all before.
Yeah.
Numerous times.
Yeah.
I know that a couple things you mentioned that, and I know that Nookie had actually mentioned a couple ideas. one of the things she talked about is that we should have more people on the show that are just regular users. People that use some of these applications that are just regular people. This platform is open. If a regular user wants to come in and share some of their experience about the things that they found easy or hard, or more than welcome to come on here. I mean, as long as you can be halfway articulate, that's all I ask. And maybe not have craziness going on around you, and because if we can discuss what's going on, come on, show us, because this show was for, I wanted, when we came up with it, it was supposed to be for developers, for builders, for people in the community doing stuff, as well as end users that were doing stuff, or had found things are neat. Because sometimes end users find, oh, I didn't know that this cool feature, I love it, and then tell us about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that. So hey, hit us up on that if you want to jump on the panel. And if you get to be obnoxious, we'll just mute you. Like I did, like Aubin over here. He's what?
I'm muted.
He's over here.
No,
All right, so let's go on, because I gotta eat my dinner. I'm starving. So
Okay.
again, thanks for everybody. Thanks to Funster for coming on the show. I love having him on to the show. Mark, thank you for joining the show and swearing less than I did. So thank you for that. Aubin, thank you for gathering together all the material and the content. So often he's pulling the show together, and I appreciate that. As well as all the other people that hit me up and throw shouts out to me. This is all about things I learn, and hopefully you learn, and we all learn. We all share the knowledge. So streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you. We'll see you guys on the